You might remember yesterday on the mid-morning show we heard from Ella Murphy and Sonia Bellitz, two students at Our Lady's College Green Hills, Drogheda. Sonia was the subject of a short movie created by Ella, which has made it to the final of the Fresh Film Festival to be held in Limerick later this month. Well, another local fifth-year student, Roisin Conlon from Ratho College, has also reached the final for her beautiful video, Make Me a Robot, which looks at issues surrounding mental health. She joined us in studio recently to tell us more. Roisin, you must be thrilled that your work, Make Me a Robot, has made it to the regional finals.
Yeah, it was kind of my first time doing something like this, and it's only the second video I've ever made. So I thought, I know I could reach a wider audience if I entered something like the Fresh Film Festival. And I honestly didn't think I'd make it this far, but it's quite a shock.
And obviously I've seen the video and you've been working on it, but for people who haven't seen the video, can you maybe talk us through Make Me a Robot?
Make Me a Robot is basically about a young teenage girl who's suffering with a lot in life, and she's not very happy where she's at, and she's suffering a lot mentally, and she's kind of overwhelmed with the amount of emotion she's feeling. And so she starts to think that, maybe the only way she can fix it by herself is to get away from it completely. And she thinks that if she transforms herself into a robot, because the idea that they're cold-hearted and emotionless, that she could escape it all. And then she kind of realises when it's too late that once she's made this transformation, that surely it's better to feel something than, nothing at all.
There are some pretty dark and heavy themes. What was it that made you decide to tackle these issues?
Well, I think it's a huge issue in today's society, mental illness, and I think it's often sugar-coated, and people have a tendency to tiptoe around it and regard it as a sensitive subject, so they can pass judgments and make their own ideas of it. But then when it comes down to being educated, it's it's too sensitive to talk about. So I think the only way to get around that and break that stigma is to just portray it as it is and the truth, and that's what I tried to do in my video.
Your video features Tessa Violet's song Make Me a Robot, and we're going to have a listen to that just right now to give people an idea.
I don't wanna be a human anymore, I'm done. I don't wanna have to feel anymore, he's one. I'm too old to change. Take my heart, no new start, please just let me fall apart. You may say it's strange, but I quit, guess that's it. For a human I'm unfit, so make me a robot, make me a robot, make me cold. Make me a robot, make me a robot, take my soul.
What was it about this song that inspired you, and why did you decide to include it in your video?
Well, I always wanted to have a really, positive message going out in my video. And then I went to a concert in Dublin to see Bry, and Tessa was his opening act. And I didn't know who she was, and she first came out on stage and she was bouncing around and real happy. And then she kind of stopped for a minute and addressed us as the audience, because it's not a big kind of venue. And she kind of said, this next song isn't the happiest of songs, but you can take it as you want and it can help anyone in the audience. So I kind of allowed myself to experience it for what it was, and I knew as soon as she started singing it that was going to be my video, and I was going to base my video around that.
It was very stylised, your video, I gotta say. It was very well shot. Where do you get your ideas from?
I was kind of doing some research on mental health and stuff, and I came across some other people's short films that they'd done, and I think there was one called Empty in particular by Tom Smith, I think, and it was kind of the dull kind of tones in the background and the way he kind of captivated it. It kind of gave me some inspiration to not just have the standard script of a video and let it speak for itself by not including the words, and let people take what they want from it.
When did you first have an interest in movie making and filmmaking?
In TY last year, I decided to challenge myself while I was doing an art project, roommate art, that my teacher set up for us TYs, and I kind of decided that I should, you know, expand my mediums through art. And so I decided to make a short video on mental health again and the stigma behind it. And it was kind of when I witnessed the reaction from the people that it impacted, it made me realise that there's so much to art than just putting a pencil to a page, and I could get my message across to like a small audience in my school, so why not try reaching a wider audience with a bigger message?
And what has the reaction been like to Make Me a Robot?
I think a lot of the reactions were kind of like, you know, wow, that's deep. But I don't know, I think once you get past the whole shock that it's, you know, it's really, you're putting yourself out there, you kind of let it sink in and you're like, well, this girl's standing up for something, you know, it has a message. It's not just deep to, you know, freak people out or make people uncomfortable. It's deep to, you know, provoke a response from an audience, and that's what it did, and I was happy with that.
If you'd like to find out more about the festival or any of the entries, you can check out freshfilmfestival.net.
Make me a robot, make me a robot, take my soul.